All right, here we go, guys. UFC 303 just wrapped up. Not the most stacked card, not the most eventful card. I was out there for the whole fight week in Vegas. It wasn't the, most crazy international fight week, but that main event delivered. And I will say also, before I get started, I went to the Sphere. Anybody that has a chance to go to that UFC fight that's going to be at the Sphere, that's going to be the craziest shit ever. I was hating on it. Then I went to the Sphere in person and I said, this will be single-handedly maybe the greatest event you could possibly go to. I don't know how they're going to pull it off, but after seeing the Sphere, if they even do half of the potential that the Sphere has, it'll be the greatest live sporting event ever. Dana, I hate on you a lot, but you was right about that shit. But moving on. Main event, rematch Yuri Prochazka versus Alex Pereira. This is the opposite of the first fight for me. In the first fight, Yuri comes out in the first round, and Yuri is the one looking good. Yuri is the one looking sharp. Yuri is the one, landing strikes, pushing Alex up against the cage. And a lot of people, including me myself, gave Yuri the first round in that fight. And then, of course, we know what happens later. As he's pushing Alex back, which he was landing a good exchange that was positive for him, he gets countered and put out in a stoppage that was a little bit controversial, but no controversy in this one. My God, at the end of the first round, after already dominating the entire round, Yuri didn't land anything clean as far as strikes. He was getting leg kicked nonstop. He got one, which I thought would be kind of key for him, grappling exchange. He got in the clinch against the cage. Didn't throw any strikes in the clinch. Didn't score any takedowns in the clinch. He kind of just sat there and held. Alex was the one actually landing strikes. So even that one dominant position that he got, I thought Alex even got the best of him there. I think he landed 7 significant strikes in the whole first round, which is the whole fight. Because he gets knocked out immediately in the second round. Gets dropped at the very end of the first. Nasty. Bad. And to be honest, Yuri looked a little bit tentative, man. He looked... It wasn't that he looked like he had nothing for him. He literally had nothing for him. And you could see that he was kind of realizing that as the fight was going on, he wasn't as aggressive as he usually is. And after he gets dropped in the first round, he comes out in the second round, throws a switch kick, and he is out. It could have been a knockout right there. Herb Dean waits a little bit, lets him land some ground and pound, and then after he lands the ground and pound, this is what Yuri was left. This is how Yuri was left after that ground and pound.
My God, look at it. They shouldn't have let him stay.
Come on. This dude Alex Pereira is a just keeps showing he's more special than we even thought. Like I said in my immediate reaction, man, give Alex Pereira John Jones. If John Jones refuses to fight Aspinall, Alex Pereira is the next best fight. If John Jones refuses to fight Aspinall, or whoever wins Aspinall between Aspinall and Blades, John Jones is the GOAT. John Jones has the greatest resume. John Jones is all that everybody says that he is. But you got to fight somebody. And he wants to have a retirement fight. He wants to have his send-off fight. That's fine. But you have the heavyweight belt. You're going to have to fight one of these guys. If it's one more fight and then the send-off, why not do Alex Pereira? Give Alex Pereira a chance at 3-division weight class champion. In theory, this should be an easier matchup for John. In theory. Grappling, take him down. Easy money. Aspinall has grappling. Curtis Blades has grappling. Both of them are proven heavyweights. Big guys that have fought at heavyweight their whole career. Alex Pereira is a middleweight coming all the way up. If John Jones wouldn't take that fight, I think John Jones would take that fight. And just imagine if Alex Pereira happens to catch John Jones and knock him out in his retirement fight. I think that would, even being a Yeah, non-fluent English speaker. I think Alex Pereira maybe could become the second biggest star in UFC history. If he was to do what he's already done and then go up to heavyweight and knock out John Jones. I mean, he's already probably the biggest star in the sport right now, active. In the history, I'd say, of course, we got Conor. Of course, we got Brock. Of course, we got Ronda. You know, Chuck Liddell in his prime. A lot of these people were huge stars, huge crossover stars in commercials. You know, Ronda did SNL. You know, these are heights that a lot of these fighters these days could never dream of reaching. But if Alex Pereira was to knock out John Jones, the sky's the limit. And I don't even know how much longer this dude's gonna do it. He's already 36. He's 36. And he just got in the UFC at what, 33, 34? It's just incredible, man. It's an honor to drop. It's just an honor to even witness this shit, bro. This is something we'll probably never see. A specialist. Not somebody that was, you know, growing up their whole life being an MMA fighter, learning every aspect of martial arts. No, he's a specialist who actually entered into kickboxing late in life. He didn't even start kickboxing until he was in his 20s. Entered into kickboxing late, 2-division champ. Enters into MMA late, 2-division champ. It's incredible. Who won? Staunch. Alex Pereira won. Yeah, man, I don't even know what else to say outside of that. It's just incredible what this dude has done. 11-2, 13 MMA fights total. 2-division champ. Has now defeated and finished Yuri Prochazka twice, former champ. Jan Blachowicz, former champ. Jamal Hill, former champ. Izzy, former champ. 4 former champs. Finished all of them. Or no, didn't finish Jan. There's another champion. Oh, Strickland. Another champ. So that is in his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 non-UFC fights. 7 former champions. Finished all of them except for 1. 6 out of 7 finishes. It's just unprecedented shit that I would never. Yeah, I would love to see him go with 3 belts. I say give him John Jones, bro. It doesn't seem like John Jones versus Aspinall is gaining much traction. Alex Pereira was already a bigger star than Aspinall. Aspinall's great. But if John's not going to take the fight, then what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Give Alex Pereira versus John Jones. I'd love to see it. But, you know, the rest of the card was, you know, not the greatest. Not the greatest card, I'll be honest. You know, this is the result of a Conor McGregor card. When a Conor McGregor card happens, they make a mid card because they know that Conor's name is going to sell it alone. But then this is the result of what happens when you make the card mid because you know Conor will sell it, but then Conor pulls out and then you're stuck with the card. And you're scrambling to make it better within 2 weeks. And the fights that you're trying to even replace fall apart. Everything just continues to fall apart because in reality, you knew damn well this is not worthy to be a pay-per-view if Conor wasn't at the top of it. The rest of the card that they had built with Conor on there was not their best outing. And then when Conor has to pull out, now you're forced to actually try to build the card from scratch in 2 weeks. And this is the result of that. Diego Lopez defeats Dan Ige. Dan Ige steps in on literally 4 hours' notice. Dan Ige fought well. I thought it would be crazy and, add a lot of excitement to the card if Dan Ige was able to like get a knockout. That would have been crazy. But Diego Lopez wins the decision. I've seen some people say he got exposed. You gotta consider both sides are taking it on short notice. It's not just Ige coming in on short notice. He was prepared for Brian Ortega, and even the Brian Ortega fight was short notice. He didn't even know about that until 2 weeks ago. Then he didn't even find about fighting at 155 until a day ago. Then he didn't even find out his new opponent was Ige until 4 hours ago. Then he had to change weight class to 65 and weigh in again. Come on. It's insane. What he had to do to be able to still come out there and perform. Good on Diego Lopez. Good on Dan Ige as well. Yeah, the event was a mess. Roman Dolidze beats Anthony Smith. I mean, just all around disappointing performance from Anthony Smith, man. He's welcoming a guy, Roman Dolidze, who's at middleweight, to the light heavyweight division, and he's just, loses in every aspect. Gasses out. Dolidze's dancing in front of him and he's laughing while he's losing the fight. It's like, come on. I mean, if you don't have the killer instinct towards your opponent, then why even bother? If you're not there to finish him, why what are we doing here? It was only one fight worth watching. Staunch, yeah, I agree with you in the chat, my man in the chat, the Twitch chat there. The Alex Pereira fight was the only fight worth a damn on this whole card. Macy Chazon versus Myra Bueno Silva was a decent fight, but then we get a doctor stoppage. Ian Gary versus Michael Page. These guys talk all that shit about MVP, being a Bellator guy, being a one-trick pony, saying that they can outstrike him, saying that his style ain't shit. And then you see them strike with him for about 20 seconds, and then they're just frozen. That's exactly what Ian Gary. He talked about that he can strike with MVP, and then 20 seconds into the fight, he's frozen. He's not throwing. He's just standing there. The reality sets in that MVP's striking style is impossible to prepare for. His speed is ridiculous. And then after that, Ian Machado turns into a wrestler. He gets him to the ground. He takes his back. I thought he won the fight fairly, but again, was not a great fight. Joe Pyfer with a good performance, knockout. Feely versus Swanson was a decent fight. I thought Cub Swanson could have got that decision. Silva versus Jourdain. Silva actually had a great performance, a very good performance, but again, there's an asterisk on that. He's the performance of the night. Nope, he missed weight. Peyton Talbot, that is performance of the night for me. Peyton Talbot or Alex Pereira are the two performances of the night, and honestly, the only two performances worth a damn at all. They're the only two that needs any type of bonus. And then I won't even talk about the early prelims. I'm just going to read some more chat before we end off here. Would you think a fight Jones versus Pereira, who would come out on top? I would have to favor John Jones just because of the grappling, but if John doesn't get that to the ground immediately, it's gonna be bad because John Jones has an amazing chin, but John Jones gets hit, and I don't think John Jones has faced a one-punch threat like Alex Pereira. The closest one-punch threat he's ever faced would probably be Dominic Reyes, and a lot of people thought Reyes beat him. The biggest one-punch threat. The biggest one-punch threat that was in John Jones' division in his prime was Anthony Johnson. That fight never happened. We've never seen John really hurt, but we've never seen him face somebody with that kind of power. The guy that did have that power was probably the closest would be Dominic Reyes. And Dominic Reyes was able to put John in a lot of trouble in that fight. John Jones is old. Yeah, he is old, man. That's what I'm saying. But honestly, funny you say that because I think Alex is actually older. It's so funny. We look at Alex like he's a young guy because he's so new in the UFC. But he might be younger than John. DC, well, yeah, DC is probably the best fighter he fought, but not a one-punch knockout threat. especially not at light heavyweight. DC got knockouts at heavyweight, but DC really never one-punched anybody at light heavyweight. John Jones, let's see. John Jones is 36. Yeah, they're the same age. John Jones is 36. Alex Pereira is 36. John Jones was born July 19th, 1987. Alex Pereira was born July 7th, 1987. They're actually only 2 weeks apart. Yeah, Alex Pereira is 2 weeks older than John Jones. Alex Pereira is, 12 days older than John Jones. Crazy to think about, but yeah, he's older. He's older. It's just incredible what this dude's able to do. It's absolutely incredible, bro. Man. Yeah. There's no words to even say. It's unreal what this dude has done. And it's all Izzy's fault. It's all Izzy's fault. Look what you did to the sport, man. This dude came and wrecked hell. Everybody that's been knocked out by Yuri, y'all should be mad at Izzy. Why did you do this? Why did you get this dude to come in our sport and do this to us? Damn. Damn. All right, guys. I appreciate everybody that watched, came through the stream. Appreciate everybody that, commented. My man Stanch in the chat right now, still going hard, but I'm going to go ahead and end this off. I'm going to get my reaction up on YouTube. Make sure you guys check out the YouTube. We just hit 38, or no, not 38. We just hit 6,800 subscribers on YouTube. Make sure you check out the YouTube. We got some content from the stream, or from the fight week. I was there in Vegas for the fight week. Flew home for Saturday for the stream. So some good stuff up on the YouTube. I'd appreciate it if you guys check it out. We do this for every card: boxing, UFC. The next card will be on. I don't know what's the next big card, but any big card that's happening will be on there. I might do maybe I'll do the Jorge Masvidal versus Nate Diaz next week. I'm not sure. It is 4th of July weekend. I might not be home, but I'll keep you updated. Whatever big fights you want to see, I'm going to do them. Thank you for watching. Appreciate you guys. Have a good night. UFC 303 is in